Yay, you made it. All right, so if you're watching this video, it's because you want to know my 5 suggestions for plans for reading through the Bible or doing Bible study. Now, I have also previously shared some tips, some tools, and some reasons for doing Bible study, and you can find the link to those in the description below. But in this particular video, I'm going to talk about 5 plans that I think are really great for doing Bible study. Now, when we're talking about Bible study, we're talking about studying your Bible, okay? We're not talking about doing books. We're not talking about doing a topical study. We're talking about getting inside your Bible, between the 2 covers, and reading what's there. The first plan that I would like to share with you is my favorite. It's called the long way through. Now, the long way through is just what it says, a long way. But it's relatively easy. And while it will take you quite a while, it will be very meaningful and something that you can keep up with without any problem. The way it works is you pick a book of the Bible, you read 1 chapter per day for 5 days a week, and you take notes. That's it. So however long it takes you to get through a book, you're doing it 5 days a week. You're only reading 1 chapter a day, and you're taking notes on what you read. Whatever comes to mind, it doesn't matter. There's no prerequisite of what you have to write. You could write a little, you could write a lot, but you just need to take some notes so that it's starting to make sense to you and you're creating a picture on paper about what's in the book. Now, this takes quite a while. I think that getting through the whole Bible, if you did it every single day, 5 days a week, it would take about 4.5 years. But I think that you will find that it is very meaningful, it is very purposeful, and it is something that you can keep up with and not feel like you're falling behind. I would also say that if you've never done this before, start with the book of Luke. It's a great book to get into to start. I would do Luke, and then I would do Acts after that. And once you've done those, because they really do fit together since they were written by the same author, then you will feel confident to pick something for yourself, either in the New Testament or the Old Testament. Some books you will want to read together, like 1 John, 2 John, 3 John. Other books you can skip around, like Genesis, and then maybe do Psalms, and then maybe do Isaiah. But whatever you do, just take your time as you go through it. Use the other 2 days a week for either catch up or to read something else in your Bible. Like maybe you are doing a study with some friends and you can use that day for that. So that's the long way through. The second plan that I really suggest is one that I discovered a few months ago and I had never heard of, but you guys, it is like fire right now. It is so popular. It's called the Bible Recap. The Bible Recap is a plan to read through the Bible in 1 year. If you go to BibleRecap.com, you can get the reading plan. Now, you don't need anything for this beside a Bible and a notebook, right? Which we talked about in the tools video. But there are tools that you can buy for this. There is a specific Bible Recap Bible. There is a study guide. There is a journal. And most importantly, there's a podcast. And people across the world are listening to this podcast every single day. In fact, I just heard that this podcast is the 2nd most popular podcast in the world. And so it's very short. It's maybe 5 to 7 minutes. It covers whatever is on the reading plan that day. And it's a fabulous additional resource as you're reading through the Bible. This happens in a year, but let me tell you, if you are seeing this video and this sounds interesting to you and it's say, I don't know, July, don't worry about it. Just jump in because eventually by next July, you will have read through the whole Bible. Funny how that works. Just jump in and do it. It's a great way to read and study the Bible, especially if you haven't ever done it before or haven't done it for a very long time. Okay, the third way and plan that I would suggest for studying the Bible is to go and join a community group. Now, when I say that, I'm talking about people who are coming together from all different parts of your city and getting together. And there's the two most popular community groups for Bible study are Bible Study Fellowship and Community Bible Study. So they're BSF, Bible Study Fellowship, and CBS, Community Bible Study. This means that people are coming from all different churches, all different backgrounds. They meet once a week. There is a curriculum that covers a book of the Bible or a few books of the Bible, depending on length, over a school year. And it meets in the daytime. There are night classes in some cities. There are kid classes in some cities. There are teen programs. These are widely known. They are widely popular, and you can probably find one close to your house. I love both of these programs, and I have participated in them, but I will tell you that they are very labor intensive. There is a lot of homework. And if you're not at that point in your life right now, that's okay. Maybe there will be a time when it will work out for you. But I want you to at least know that it's out there, and it's a great way to study the Bible. The fourth way or plan for studying the Bible is just to get a read through the Bible plan on your own. There are tons out there. I have put a link to a whole bunch of them in the description below. And it's just a reading program set out that says read this, 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 and this today. And when you do that day after day after day, you will read through the Bible in 1 year. It's a good way to read the Bible. It is something that you do on your own. There's not a lot of extra resources for it, but anyone can do it, and you can take as much time as you want. So there's no pressure to finish in a year, but if you want to, that's available to you. Finally, the last plan that I totally suggest comes from an author named Jen Wilkin. And I like her plan because I think it really does help you study the Bible. And she doesn't really have a name for it. I like to call it the read and reread plan. And the reason I call it that is because she suggests pick a book of the Bible, read it, then reread it, and then read it again. And as you're reading, make notes. Take notes on what you see, on what you are feeling, on what you are experiencing through reading the words. And it is a fabulous way to really get to know the word and to get in deep. So the read and reread plan is a fabulous way to study your Bible. I have put a link below to some videos that Jen Wilkin has put out on her website that will be very helpful for understanding this particular plan, how it works, and how to do it. So as you can see, there are lots of ways to study your Bible, but I think these 5 plans or ways of doing it can be very helpful. And I hope that you will choose one and that you will get into your Bible and study it, because God has some seriously cool stuff to tell you about, and He wants to have this relationship with you. So go for it. All right, well, I have some methods of study that you can learn about, but I'm going to put those in another video. So click the link below, and I will see you over there.